Hello, today is November 1st. As usual, let's go over my last calls first. I looked for a gap at the open. That obviously happened. I had a mejt target of 1979.05. We came nowhere near it. Usually when these things fail to print when I want them to, it's pretty obvious from the open. There is an increased risk of a failure when you're in a strong impulsive move. During the day, the system said early on ultimately higher prices would print, which they did. In the afternoon, it said this rally wouldn't keep, that we would drop down to this price. It said this drop was a false move and that after this time passed, we would return to this price. It does have a target of 2009.46 by Monday, but it's an optional target. And if it didn't print Monday, I would just drop it. Let's look at the long-term and short-term picture. This was a very impressive rally. One of the technical justifications for a market high in this area was a 913.9 to mark sell signal on the weekly chart. We did drop enough to make the signal valid, but we've now gone high enough to go over the stop, so that's no longer an active signal. The daily chart. Friday's rally took us over the last TD/ST line. It is short-term resistance, but longer term it means that we should go from 3 bars of rally up to 13. A word of caution is the last 2 times that signal printed, it failed, but that's also strong. We had a possible even atom atop. We haven't quite gone over this high yet, but I think the odds are favorable that we will. If we do, we have a pattern with a rounding top with a rapid rally through the high. Unless reversed immediately, that's a very strong move and typically leads to significantly higher prices. As far as the short term is concerned, when you've rallied all day on a Friday, usually you get carried through on Monday. If you get carried through on Monday, you will have a combo sell signal on the half-day chart from time to mark. So, as far as the short-term pattern is concerned, this rally can still be invalidated by gapping down sharply, ideally under the low. I'm not predicting that will happen, and I'd be quite surprised if it did, but it's still possible. If that does not happen, the odds favor a continuation of the rally early Monday, meeting resistance with a possible retracement to hit 2009.46. Whether or not this will happen should be clear after the first hour of trading. So as far as the short-term pattern is concerned, absent a gap down, we should rally, encounter resistance, and possibly drop. But regardless of what happens in the short term, Friday's action is extremely strong. It invalidated a lot of the negative chart patterns we had seen previously. The one thing which does not fit with everything else is the initial decline after the Fed announcement. Usually that lets one know what the next major move in the market is going to be, and that is in conflict with all the other positive signals we got on Friday. We just have to wait to see how that resolves. And that's today's call.